Hi, my name is Shanida Bajani, and today I will present about the impact of consumer boycott on Nestle company financial performance. So, for Chapter 1, Introduction, consumer boycotts can impact a company's financial performance by affecting sales, stock price, and investor confidence. Nestle, a major multinational food company, has faced several boycotts, including one in 2014 due to political concern. This study analyzed whether these boycotts had a lasting financial impact by comparing Nestle financial data 10 years before and 10 years after the boycott. The focus is on key financial indicators like annual sales, stock price, number of shareholders, cost of goods sold, and net profit margin. Next, 1.2 background of study. Nestle, a global leader in the food and beverage industry operating in over 86 countries. Consumer boycotts driven by political and ethical concern, including Nestle alleged involvement in controversial business practices, and past boycotts, calls to boycott Nestle for political reasons, particularly linked to Palestine-Israel conflict. Problem statement. Why this study? Boycotts impact consumer behavior, potentially affecting financial performance. Limited studies quantify long-term financial effect of boycotts. Key question is, do boycotts cause significant financial harm, or is Nestle resilient? There is 3 research questions. First, how do consumer boycotts impact annual sales, stock price, shareholder numbers, and COGS? Second, does Nestle exhibit steady financial performance after boycott? And how do boycotts affect investor confidence in Nestle? And 1.5 research objective, there is 3. First, compare financial data before and after the boycott. Analyze how repeated boycotts affect consumer trust and determine relationships between financial metrics and boycott. 1.6 significance of study, helps businesses predict and manage financial risks associated with boycotts, and provides insight into investor reaction and corporate strategies. Scope and limitation of study. Scope focus only on Nestle using quantitative financial data, and limitation does not account for qualitative factors like media influence and consumer sentiment. 1.8 definition of terms. NPM, net profit margins, measure profitability after deducting costs. ANS, annual sales, total revenue before deduction. ASP, annual stock price, share price fluctuation. NSH, number of shareholder, investor owning Nestle shares. And COGS, cost of goods sold, is direct cost of production. And BYT2, boycott dummy variable, measure boycott impact. 0 is affected and 1 is unaffected. And lastly, 1.9 organization of study. Chapter 1 introduction to research. Chapter 2 review of past studies and theories. Chapter 3 research and methodology and analysis method. Chapter 4 result and discussion. And Chapter 5 conclusion and recommendation. Move on to Chapter 2, Literature Review. This chapter reviews past study on boycotts and financial performance. Some research suggests that boycotts can temporarily hurt a company, but their long-term effects are unclear. Signaling theory explains how boycotts send message to investor and consumer, while the resource-based review, RBV, shows how companies with strong resources can resist financial damage by reviewing financial indicators from past research. This chapter helps understand how Nestle might have been affected. 2.2 Underpinning theory. First, signaling theory. Boycotts send signals to investor and consumer, influencing financial outcomes. Second, resource-based view, RBV. Companies with strong internal resources, brand, supply chain can resist boycotts' impact. 2.3 Empirical study. 2.3.1 Dependent variable, net profit margin, NPM, measure financial success after cost and tax. 2.3.2 Independent variables is annual sales, indicates market demand and revenue stability. Stock price, ASP, reflect investor confidence. Number of shareholder, NSH, measure investor retention. COGS shows changes in production cost, and boycott BYT2 dummy variable indicating boycott effect. 2.4 Summary. Boycott influence sales, stock performance, and investor sentiment. Financial impacts varies based on brand strength and crisis management. Next, Chapter 3 Research Methodology. Introduction. These studies use quantitative data from Nestle financial reports, stock market records, and news about boycotts. Multiple linear regression (MLR) is used to measure relationship between financial indicators, and tests like the Hodgman-Dickey-Fuller (ADF) test, Johansson co-integration test, and Granger causality test help analyze the data. The eView software is used to process the result and ensure accuracy. 3.2 Data resource. They use secondary data, Nestle financial reports 2004 to 2024, stock market data, and new achieves. 3.3 Measurement and description of variables, dependent variable, NPM, net profit margin, and independent variables, annual sales, stock price, shareholder number, and COGS and boycott. 3.4 Research framework, modeling illustrating relationship between independent and dependent variable. 3.5 Model specification, multiple linear regression (MLR) measure how boycotts affect financial performance. And 3.6 Hypothesis development and testing, H-null, no significant impact on boycotts on financial performance, and H1 alternative hypothesis, boycotts significantly affect financial performance. 3.7 Diagnostic testing, OLS regression, measure relationships between variables. ADF test ensure data stationarity, and Johansson configuration test analyze long-term effect. Granger causality test determines cause-effect relationships. 3.8 Estimation procedure, research methodology has 6 variables: annual sales, stock price, number of shareholders, market capitalization, and cost of goods sold. And then move to transformation of data, and then descriptive statistic and unit roots test, ADF test. And it has 3 tests: Johansson configuration test, Granger causality and regression analysis, OLS, and then lastly is conclusion. 3.9 Statistical software, which we use eViews, used for regression analysis. eViews has been used as the main statistical tools in this investigation in consideration of its strength in econometric analysis, especially that involving time series and panel data. It also comprises functionality for data management, descriptive analysis, hypothesis testing, and model estimation. Chapter 4 Results and Findings. This chapter presents the study's finding. Descriptive statistic and regression analysis shows that while boycotts cause minor short-term effects, Nestle financial performance remains stable in the long run. Stock price, sales, and investor confidence recovered quickly, showing that strong brand reputation and market strategies helped Nestle minimize financial losses from the boycott. 4.1 Descriptive statistic. Net profit margin remains stable over time. Annual sales and stock price more minor fluctuation but no drastic decline. Number of shareholders remains stable, and cost of goods sold slight increase post boycott but not significant. 4.2 Regression analysis. Boycotts had no significant long-term effect on Nestle financial performance. 4.3 Unit root test, ADF, confirm that data is stationary for accurate regression analysis. 4.4 Johansson co-integration test suggests long-term stability in Nestle financial performance. 4.5 Granger causality test, no direct causality between boycotts and financial downfall. And 4.6 Summary of result. Nestle's strong market position minimize boycott impact, and short-term financial dips do not lead to long-term damage. Chapter 5 Conclusion and Recommendation. Conclusion: boycotts cause minor disruption but do not threaten Nestle long-term financial health, and company resilience comes from brand strength, market diversification, and strategic crisis management. Recommendation: enhance CSR initiative to maintain public trust, diversify product markets to reduce boycott risks, and 3. Monitor investor sentiment to anticipate financial risks. 4. Improve crisis communication strategies to control negative PR. Future research suggestion is analyze qualitative factors like consumer sentiment and social media trends, and compare Nestle with other boycott companies to generalize findings. That's all from me. Thank you.